Mercedes and incredibly powerful GT cars just trundling their way underneath before all of a sudden this race gets into life, and caught napping big style there. Either Maxi Buch or Raffaele Marciello started on the front row way back now, and the 48 Mercedes just doesn't have any forward power. The BMW, though, 34, will lead it, and around the outside here comes the number 6 car that was under question from race control. Well, that's not going to affect its pace in the opening few corners. Went for the race lead there, as we've had contact further back between an Audi and a Porsche. That's the number 80 SP7 entered Porsche that started from second position in that class, which is the Huber Motorsport entry, and an Audi that was close by. Wasn't the Phoenix Audi, number 5, I don't think.
Can't see yet, but what I want to point out, there was a tap on the tail of the race leader into the opening corner. That BMW was given a bit of a rub, trying to go the outside. That was by the Get Speed Performance Mercedes, trying to go around the outside because it went there to get around that very slow starting bright yellow, the Zack Speed Mercedes. Oh, was the Assenheimer car.
There was a spin further back.
Spin further back in the pack. Conditions perfect, and everybody abusing them quite simply in the opening stage of the race. Somehow, I'm not going to take my shoes and socks off, but it's more than 10 back to the position where you find the car that started second on the grid. And I'm afraid another Mercedes GT4 car. We've got a lot of debris. There's a very damaged Audi in the middle of the circuit. Another car at the side of the track, a Porsche with its bonnet up. So it's been an unusually messy start at the front end of the field. VLN normally tidy, but it's the car collection Audi that's had a real thump. Elie Earhart, Peter Schmidt and Florian Spengler very much out before they got off the Grand Prix loop, I'm afraid.
Yeah, a real shame. And it all started, I think, with a spin for the Audi, and then pursuing cars couldn't get through. And this is going to be very interesting now because we've got 2 more groups in order to squeeze through. And white flags being flown and a red flag in flag. Well, that's not hugely surprising because it was very unsafe now to be releasing 2 more groups of cars right to the scene of that accident, where we've got the 33 car collection Audi stuck in the middle of the track and 2 further machines, 162 Mercedes and I think an SP7.
Yeah, it was number 80,
Porsche.
wasn't it, you were saying?
No,
sorry, that was the previous
spinner.
one.
I think it was the 66 SP7 Porsche. Okay. It was certainly a Porsche that ends with the number 6.
Right, so just checking the format, we've got the red flag flown, the safety car, the pace car that's leading around the second group of cars is running at very much abated pace down the start-finish straight. And unfortunately, when you have a collision, you often have debris and detritus, but sometimes it's just on one side of the circuit. It's right across the circuit as the cars double back round that sort of little-used hairpin to go down towards the drop. You rise out of the drop and go into the countryside, but have those other cars, the second batch of cars are still running on the start-finish straight, but actually you could walk faster. I think they have now come to a halt, but there's going to have to be a lot of sweeping. So we've had